it's Tanya with Red Cardinal Crafts, and today I just wanted to show you this new sketchbook that I had bought recently. It's by Crescent, and it's called Rendr, and it's no show-through paper, and I've been working in this for just over a week now, and I absolutely love this thing for Copic markers. It's amazing. It shows on the back, it says no show-through paper, and then it shows the competitor's page and how it bleeds through. I did a search on YouTube just to try to find a sketchbook that you could work with Copics in, and this is what came up. Some people like these, some people don't. The reviews are a little bit mixed, but for me, I love this, and dare I say, this may have replaced my Moleskines, and if you guys have followed me, you know I love Moleskine, but this has been great. Apparently you can use spray paint, marker, charcoal, pencil, paint, and ink, and I've been using it, like I said, with my Copics and just with my Faber-Castell Artist Pitt marker, and it's been great. It's heavyweight paper, it's white heavyweight paper, it's 110 pounds or 180 GSM, which I've never known what that meant. I finally had to look it up, and it's like grams per square meter or something. That's the weight of paper that I use when I do my cards and different crafts and stuff, and I love it. But the paper I use, Copics bleed through. When I use my Moleskine, the markers bleed through. This is great. I love the weight of the paper. It's 48 sheets or 96 pages. The great thing is you can use all 96 pages because there is no marker bleed through. It's 5.5 by 8.5 inches or 14 centimeters by 21.6 centimeters. And here it is. And I'll compare it to my Moleskine. Now the Moleskine is supposed to be the same size. This is a little bit bigger. I'll just put it down in the very bottom corner, and you can see the difference in size. It's like just that much. It's about 1/4 of an inch or so difference. Oh, actually 1/2 an inch difference around. The Moleskine, what I like is it does have the elastic closure, and I do wish that the Rendr had that. It's not a deal breaker. It's just something I've gotten used to with the Moleskines, and I really like it. Moleskine has rounded corners, this does not. That doesn't bother me at all. Moleskine has what I think is kind of a pointless bookmark. I don't know why they put a bookmark, but anyway, that doesn't really bother me. Thickness-wise, they're pretty much the same. The paper, you can really tell the difference between the paper shades. I never realized how yellow and cream, like creamy color a Moleskine paper is until you put it next to white. And this is pretty true. Like here's a piece of like printer paper. It's pretty white. It does have a slight gray tint to it, but not that much. It's just like a duller white. But I do like that it has the white pages. Moleskine has a pocket in the back. This does not. That, again, that's not a deal breaker for me. But yeah, this is definitely gonna change how I feel about using marker. Now, marker I've used in my Moleskine before. I mostly use it for pencil sketches, but this one here I used marker, and on the back you can see that it bled through. I did another design on this page, not even thinking of it, not even thinking what I had on the other page, and it was a pencil sketch of my sister's camper when we were camping one time. And of course it completely ruined my sketch. Here's another drawing that I had done, and the marker bleeds through. So it kind of leaves the other page not really usable unless you are kind of putting some sketches and stuff around that. But anyway, so let me just show you what I've been doing in the... Get out. Can you actually close the door? Thank you. My husband trying to sneak up behind me. So let me just show you what I've been doing with this. I wanted to keep like a sketch journal for the summer because as some of you know, if you've followed me, I've always been a stay-at-home mom, and last year I ended up going back to work, and I was doing a sales job, and I had to work all summer, and it was crap. Now I work in a school, and I get summers off, and it's amazing, and I love it, and I'm very excited. So my daughters and I are writing down little bucket list things that we're going to do together, and then other things that we'll do with Scott as well. But, and I have this little piece of paper here just covering it up because we're taking a trip, and I'm trying to keep it a surprise on my other channel, and and just kind of show you guys where we're going once we're there. So we do have a couple trips planned. One is Halifax, going to go home and see my family. And this is the other trip. So I just have that covered up for now. But I didn't know how to kind of start my sketch journal. And the first page is always hard in a sketchbook. And I'd originally thought about putting some kind of design or something. But I started off with summer 2018 bucket list. And then I thought, okay, let me just write. I'll put a couple little drawings on it. And that'll just get me started with the book. So you can see that we've done a couple things and I've colored them in with red. I might change colors for other things, I don't know, but so far we did Incredibles 2, we went to the local pool, we suntanned, we redid Kerrigan's room, and Bryn had her 18th birthday. And then after that, this is kind of how I started. So the whole thing starts on June 20th, and that was my last day of work. It was when my summer vacation began. I did work that morning, but only till 11, and it was also Bryn's 18th birthday, and we had gone to the Incredibles, and I was trying to figure out how to do this journal. Should I draw things? Should I, you know, put tickets in for things that we've done? And I was planning on putting the tickets for the movie and put a little pocket here and stuff. And then because your tickets nowadays are just on your phone for concerts, movies, all that kind of stuff, I tried to print them off and it printed off really dark and I was like, okay, no, never mind. So I just went online, got a picture of the movie theater that we go to. This is like 5 minutes from our house. Really nice theater. And I thought, well, why don't I just draw? It's supposed to be a sketch journal, so I do need to put some drawings in here. So I decided to draw the movie theater. I started off just by doing this by hand, the June 20th, and then the Incredibles I did draw with pencil and then did it with the marker. The movie theater I did with pencil, so some things I'll do a pencil sketch first and then I'll go in with marker, depending on how complicated the sketch is. So I've just been writing about what we've been up to. So that was the first day on the Wednesday. So some days I'll put the date, some days I'll put the day. And this was Thursday. I drew Bryn's high school diploma. She had graduated on the 18th, but we had to go back to school on the 21st to get her diploma. The kids had a doctor's appointment. Then we went shopping. The next day, I mowed the lawn, and this is our new little reel mower. We watched TV. I had to go to Seattle to get Scott. We had gone to McDonald's and Jimmy John's. The next day was the 23rd, and Scott and Bryn and I went to Starbucks. And some of my students had given me gift cards, so we all went to Starbucks. Then I walked home while they went to QFC for groceries. Fred Meyer, got some citronella candles, went to Value Village, and got some clothes, got Scott a Tommy Bahama shirt, I got a nice Anne Klein trench coat. So then the next day was Sunday, June 24th, and Scott had to go to work that day. It just so happened the Pride Parade was going on in the city, and we had wanted to go with him, but he was leaving really early, so we're like, no, you just go ahead, it's fine. The girls were asleep, so I decided to rearrange one of the cabinets that we have in the family room, and I just organized their games and stuff, their Wii games and board games and everything. And then later on in the afternoon, after lunch, we went over to our local pool. We're lucky enough to have a couple pools in our neighborhood. We've only ever been to this one. We haven't been down to the other one. This one's just nice. It's kind of secluded in behind the building. The other one just feels like you're swimming in the parking lot. So yeah, we always just go to this one. I did not have a pencil with me this day, so I just dove in and went right, dove in. Sad. I went right in with marker, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love my little lifeguard here with her sunglasses on. So I was happy with that. But because the drawing took up the rest of the page, I didn't finish talking about what had happened that day. So then I didn't realize that. And then the next day I started to put Monday, June 25th. And I'm like, oh, wait, I want to talk about my leg. This is a drawing of my leg. I had used sunscreen, but it splattered when I sprayed it on my leg, like before we left for the pool. And I didn't really clue in that that's what it had done, and I didn't rub it in. I hate touching sunscreen. That's why I like the spray, but it was all splattery when it went on, so I ended up burning in between all the splatter marks. Oh, my leg's a mess. So it's starting to fade. It's almost been a week. It's starting to fade, and I look less like a giraffe, so that's good. And then Scott and I started watching the Yellowstone TV show with Kevin Costner. It's really good. I watched the second episode this week, and it's stressing me out because it's violent and they're lying about stuff, and oh, it's stressing me out, but it's a really good show. So then when I did start talking about June 25th, I just wrote today and matched the same color. So if you're just flipping through this and you want to go, oh, what did she do on the 25th? Here it is there. And so I had to make some doctor's and dentist appointments. The kids didn't want to go anywhere, so I went down to a bunch of stores and wandered around by myself. And then Kerrigan had her orthodontist appointment, and it turns out she only has to wear her retainer at night now. And we go back in December, so I'm sure in December they'll just say, you know, you can stop wearing it now, so, or just wear it at night for the rest of your life. And then I ended up buying something, but it's for our trip that I'm keeping quiet about. And yeah, so I just covered that up so you don't see it, but maybe later on at some point I'll do another flip through and I'll show you what that was. The next day I drew my bureau because I organized that while the kids were asleep, and you can see that I was drawing on an angle and it's a little wonky, but that's what's fun, and that's what I'm trying to show you guys, is that even if you can't draw and you just want to keep something like this, you don't have to do a lot. Put the date, and you can stick stuff in. If you don't feel like drawing for these journals, I just really wanted to do some drawings and stuff. And you can see these 2 days I was tired. I didn't do a whole lot of drawing, you know, compared to some of these other days. But yeah, it's mostly just to get down what you did. And this is something I really want to do because Bryn's leaving, going to university in the fall. And this is kind of like our last sort of family summer together before she goes off to university, and then God knows what'll happen next summer. Maybe she's working, I don't know. So I just wanted to kind of capture this and just have fun with it. So yeah, I had done my bureau. We filled a bunch of bags of Kerrigan's stuff. She found her old Warwick Academy tie. That was the school they went to in Bermuda, and she could still tie a tie, so she was happy with that. Sun eventually came out, but as you see, we got enough sun the day before, or a couple days before, so we didn't want to go out in the sun, so we just hung out and watched TV. And then the next day, June 27th, I did this in purple specifically because we redid Kerrigan's bedroom. And in order to show that for this day, I just showed the floor plan so that we'd remember how her room was set up. And I mean, I know we have video and photos and stuff, but I just thought it was fun to do the before and after. Her room is pretty much white. Her carpet is like beige, but all her furniture is white. I could do her bedding. She is going to buy some new bedding at some point, or she'll get some for Christmas. But the point to show was that the closet was purple, and that's why I put purple up here. So I had to go to Lowe's and get some paint, and we just wanted to paint her room white. She's happy with it, and the layout turned out great. She now has all this floor space where before she did not. So we wanted to capture that. So the next day was June 28th. I was really sore from painting. I eventually did go for a walk at 10 a.m. I uploaded a video for my little pink cottage. I listened to my podcast, The 3-Point Perspective, that I like. And their logo is red, but it has a bunny and everything. I didn't feel like drawing all that, so I just did it. I underlined it in red. I listened with my beats. We had a little barbecue. I ironed 5 of Scott's shirts, so I thought I would draw those in. And then this was yesterday, Friday the 29th, and I had to go to the dentist to get 2 crowns. It was not fun, and it's kind of hard to see, but the goo that they put in your mouth to do the molds, that's like the little metal mold thing that they did. And then we went to South Center, and we went shopping, so I thought I would color this while I'm talking to you guys. And then we came home, and we were watching TV, or listening to music and stuff, and Kerrigan and I played a game of Parcheesi, and she won, so she was the green guy, so I just put it in green. The markers that I use are my Copics. And I used to keep them in this bag. It's my Sac Roots bag. I love Sac Roots. I have rubber boots, I have purses, I have makeup bags, all in this brand. And it's so fun. There's the little brand there. Sac Roots, this camera. S-A-K-R-O-O-T-S. But it's a cute little bag, and I was using this in my purse when I was at work, and just keeping a few markers so I could work in my Moleskine, but obviously you see what happened with that. So as I've been working and just doing some different colors, like the other day I added navy because I wanted to do her little tie, and I added a sort of a flesh color so I could get my legs. So as I've been adding markers, I was running out of room in that little case. So this is an Eagle Creek packet cube, and I love these things. I have larger versions of these for my clothes when we travel, and they're amazing. So these are the markers I use. I don't know, this seems kind of blurry, so I don't know if you can totally see the colors that I'm using, but I'll hold it still in case you want to do a screenshot and try and figure out what colors I'm using. So those are the markers I have, and then also in here I have a sticky eraser. I have my Pentel Graph Gear 500 mechanical pencil, which I absolutely love, and it's a 0.7. And then I just have my Pitt Artist Pen by Faber-Castell. It's in a size small. I would like to get a couple more of these just to have, and maybe a medium just to do some thicker lines if I choose to. I like this little pouch because you can open it right up. You can sit them like that. You can zipper. It has 2 zippers, which I love. And then you could like just stand it up and kind of, you know, position it here like that. And yeah, and then you can see all your markers. But anyway, the picture of the mall, this is South Center. This is the mall that we go to in Renton. And all I did was pull up a picture of it. And I was drawing this morning while we were watching the World Cup. So there's my picture there, just to get reference for my colors. So I'm gonna need my red and kind of my taupey color. I'll do a little bit of the green because there's a bit of like a glass wall there. And then I'll do some dark brown and then this one here. So yeah, I've just really been enjoying. Oh, and I need green because there's some trees. Where's my green? I'll just do kind of my darker green. So yeah, I just kind of go in with the markers. I don't keep this too fussy, and that's just it. I don't want to be so precious with this thing that then I'm afraid to use it because I'm afraid to mess it up. I would zoom in, but my camera kind of sucks and it's just going to throw everything off. And I've tried to film this video a few times. I tried to shoot this video the other day when we had painted Kerrigan's room, when we redid her room. And I came downstairs and my hands were full of paint and the video just wasn't going well, so I decided to reshoot it. I've actually shot this a few times, but I thought I would show you how I've been doing my drawing. I'm just gonna, my friend Mariel gave me my little Mickey Mouse thing there, a little stand for my phone, and I absolutely love it. So I'm just gonna go in here with some of this glass kind of marker. Like I said, I'm not too fussy about how this whole thing is going to turn out. I need like a light brown color, actually. Where's my light brown? And some of my drawings might not be the exact color, but it's close enough. And I need a dark gray. So I'm going to go to my Copics and get a darker gray. My Copics are kind of dying, a few of them. I have a C3 and a C5. I don't know if this is gonna... Yeah, they're starting to die a little bit. So I need to get some refills or just buy a whole new marker. So I'm hoping to sneak into Blick Art Store. But because we have that trip coming up, Scott's kind of like, please, dear God, stop spending money. And some days we listen, some days we don't. But yeah, I'm loving this idea of the little journal thing. So I'm just gonna color, add some music, and you guys can listen to something besides me babbling on and on. There we go, and as you can see again, the marker does not bleed through. That is a single sheet of paper. Even if you look through with light, it's still kind of hard to see it. So this is an amazing sketchbook. I absolutely love this. I really recommend it. It's Rendr. Check it out. They have a bunch of different sizes. I ended up buying this through Amazon. I paid 16 something through Amazon. I just didn't want that big of a page, and I want to be able to take this with me and travel places. So I didn't want anything too big, but I love these as a sketchbook. I love the size, that I can just throw it in my bag and take it with me wherever we go. And of course I love my Copic markers. So yeah, Rendr sketchbooks, they're a good thing. I highly recommend them. This is not a sponsored video. I just really like this product, and it's great. So please check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to see some of the stuff that we've done, like organizing Kerrigan's room, it's on my other channel, My Little Pink Cottage. Please check that one out as well. It's the link for that is down below. And I hope you guys are having a good summer. Hope you're keeping track of it like I am. It's a fun thing to do. So I will be back with some more videos soon. All right, take care guys. See ya.